Thanksgiving is just a few days away, and while you finalize the dinner menu, you can start putting together all the decorations.
That's right. Finish off your holiday table by adding a festive centerpiece to your setup. Nick Federoff takes us in the garden to show us how to dress up the dinner table.
With the holidays around the corner, one of the things that's really neat to have are centerpieces. They could be edible centerpieces, they could be decorative ones, it's all up to you. But I mean, if you look over here, look how cute this is. And we're going to do something pretty snazzy with these pumpkins over here. But before we get into that, centerpieces, as I mentioned, been around for a really long time. They were decorations that they used for just grand and glorious feasts back in the old and fashioned times, shall we say. And as I mentioned, they can be decorative or not. So here's something: if you have a pretty big table display and you want to have some kind of festive color to it all, what you could do is just take some moss like this and stick the moss in a big old canter like this, big old vase or whatever you call it, and then you just start piling stuff in it. So here we have these miniature pumpkins. Let's take and add, I think this is kind of cool. We're going to stick this pine cone thing in here and put some more of these pumpkins in here. And you know what? More isn't necessarily the best thing to do. So kind of keep that in mind. And look how simple this is. Just a super simple table setting that you could put in the middle of your table. It amplifies and tells you exactly what the holiday season is, and you could change those really simple. Oh, you could also add even a couple things like some nuts in here. And look how nice that is, okay? All right, so now that we've done that, we add it to our table, great. What about these miniature pumpkins? Well, they do come in different sizes and shapes and colors and such. And I have to warn you, you gotta be super careful when you begin cutting these pumpkins up. So we have found out that there's a couple of different ways to do this pretty efficiently. Number one would be taking like a knife that has a little bit more rigid, and then you just cut through like this. Or what you could do is, believe it or not, that's why I'm wearing gloves. You can get a hole saw, and maybe you have one in the closet or your garage, I should say, or you could borrow one. All you have to do is stick this in and then start twisting. And look how quickly it goes through this. And then it comes right out just like this. And then you could take and scrape away the insides of this. Get all the seeds out, and then once you end up doing that, we'll do both of these right here just for funds. Once you end up doing that and everything is out, you could take and put some soil inside. And I got to become a little bit more limber with my fingers on this one. So we could put soil in here, pack it down a little bit, and then, or what you could do, this is actually kind of cool, we actually have a lot of coffee grounds around here, and the coffee grounds can also work if you don't like the idea of putting soil. And of course, we feed our worms and everything with that. Okay, so now that we have this here, we need to go out into the yard and we need to get flowers. And our flowers can be anything that you pick from absolutely anywhere. And then you need to kind of poke a little hole and basically just start planting away. I'll do like this, and then we're going to take some, I love my roses. Get some roses over here. I'm going to put a rose inside. So there's no right way of doing this, there's no wrong way of doing this, and you can actually stuff these things with, herbs. And then before you know it, you've got yourself just a really nice kind of a centerpiece for the holidays. So if anybody wants any more information, you can call me at 1-800-405-NICK, and I'll help you through the whole process.
That was really cute.